The question, what are my weaknesses, often comes up at interviews. It's not a question I really am a fan of, to be honest with you. And in this particular context, I'm not talking about weakness in inverted commas as it relates to interviews. I'm talking about weaknesses as they relate to what I'm not so good at. And yeah, I think it's an important part of understanding yourself and moving forward with your goals, with your objectives. And I'll tell you why, because again, when I first started working alone, working from home, working on a remote basis, I would often try to do things myself because of pride or because of, I don't know, whatever it may be. I've been brought up to, or at least my mindset is such that, or had been such that, I was determined to get things done, even if I had to do it myself, no matter how long it took me to do it. Obviously come to realize that's not the right approach, it's not the correct approach at all. Once you begin to understand what you're not so good at, i.e. your weaknesses, you can begin to delegate those things to other people, and therefore you don't become isolated in the projects that you're doing. It forces you to talk to people who know what to do. It may mean that you have to perhaps pay a bit of money maybe to get somebody to do that thing that you can't do, but it's an investment. That's the way you should look at it, because the last thing you want, and this is what happened to me, you become so hung up on doing that thing and wanting to do that thing yourself that you just make like baby steps forward. And in some cases, you may not make any progress at all. Again, that's where that frustration begins to kick in. So it's really important to understand not necessarily what you need to do, but ask yourself who, for example, who can help you? Who's that person that can help you to move forward? As I said, even if you have to invest something, because really what you want to do, you want to be able to do things as quickly as you possibly can. It may be that you don't always have the investment, so the sort of cold hard cash. So it may be that you sort of do some sort of skills exchange. If you want something to do, for example, I wanted some marketing done, some lead generation done for my business, and I tried to take that on myself. So given that I have had a career in marketing, so I went into SEO, and I did also do some Facebook marketing as well. And I tried, I said to myself at that particular time, I'm going to take all this on myself. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure that I become good at Facebook marketing. I'm going to make sure I'm going to become good at SEO. So then I'll be able to use all these skills myself in order to generate my own leads, right, for my own business. But it didn't quite work out that way, because I became so bogged down in the lead generation, in the Facebook, because it's such a specialist and intricate and detailed area that I became bogged down and got frustrated, stagnated, moved really slowly towards my goals. And in fact, some of the goals, I didn't even achieve my goals. And I must say, there was a couple of projects that I had to shelve because it just moved so slowly. And that was because, okay, I was probably aware of my weaknesses or the things that I wasn't so good at back then, or at least took me a while to really figure out, actually, let me delegate this to somebody else. And this is something that you can do in your, if you're a freelancer or a contractor, or even if you're employed, if there's certain things that you cannot do and you know that there's somebody else in the business that can do them, it's not a matter of asking what to do next, it's a matter of asking who. So ask yourself, when you're thinking about your in inverted commas weaknesses or things that you're not as good at, ask yourself that question instead of what to do. So that's my takeaway from today, is just don't dwell on these so-called weaknesses. Just think about the people, the things that you can do, the people who can help you to move forward, so that you can in fact move on with your goals and achieve your goals.